Welcome to our second video where we're going through the book of Ruth, verse by verse, looking at the morphology to remind ourselves on how to parse a Hebrew noun and verb. We're also, when important, we're going to look at the syntax and grammar of verses. Last time we looked at the first half of Ruth, verse 1 of chapter 1, and we went right up to the Athnot, right after Ba'aretz. So if you want a refresher, just go back to my first video post. I hope that you found it helpful. And we're going to start after the Athnot. And again, I'm hoping as I do more and more of these videos, I become more efficient at making them to where they're more beneficial for you, the listener. Please bear with me as I'm growing in my understanding on how to do this. So let's go. We have Vayelek Ish Mebeit Lechem Yehuda Lagor Bisde Moav Hu Vaishto Ushene Vanaiv. And so this clause right after the Athnot begins just like the beginning of the verse did with a vav consecutive. We do the same here as well with a vav consecutive. Now what is the root of this verb? I notice I have a yod with a sere, but what is my verbal root? So let's take a look. We have va ye lek. This is my vav consecutive. This is my performative of my imperfect. I have a call imperfect 3ms. It's a vav consecutive. My verbal root is halak. He went, he walked. Now, what happened to my first root letter, the hey? Well, in the call imperfect, the hey acts like a some lingo you may hear an R1 original vav verb or a pay vav verb. What it acts like the R1, the first root letter of this verb is a vav. That's how it acts. And what happens is you put the performative in the call imperfect gets a hirik and a schwa under the first root letter, but that vav being weak, it drops out. And to compensate for that, that hirik lengthens to a sere. So again, the R1 hey of halak, it's acting like an original R1 vav. And in the call imperfect, that vav drops out and you get compensatory lengthening in your performative vowel from a hirik to a sere. And so that's how we end up with Vayelek. I hope that was helpful. So let's go back to our verse. And our subject, so we have our verb, and our subject is a man. A man went. And keep in mind that it's not definite. This is the first time that this gentleman's been mentioned in the story. And because this is his first mentioned, anytime something is mentioned for the first time, a lot of times it will be indefinite. And a man went. And the next time that he's mentioned, he'll be definite. So a man, but what do we know about this man? He's from Bethlehem of Judah. Here we have our men preposition. So our men preposition. When we add this preposition to a word, the noon is going to assimilate into that first root letter. For the first letter of the word that you attach it to. And if that first letter is not a guttural, you're going to get a dagesh forte to indicate that assimilating noon. So we have Mebeit Lechem Yehuda. So let's read what we've done from the Athnach to the Revia. This is the Revia. We have, and a man from Bethlehem of Judah went. And what do we have next? Lagor. What we have here is a lamed preposition plus an infinitive construct. Here, my verbal root is gimel vav resh, to journey, to sojourn. This is an R2 vav verb, and those are weak as well. So I have a lamed preposition plus an infinitive construct. And this construction often helps to complete the idea of the previous verb. So here is my verb. And he went to journey, to sojourn. So this completes the idea of this verb up here. So he went to journey in the fields of Moab. We have another construct package. And I noticed that it's many fields, not one field. It's a plural because of that masculine plural construct ending. It's a plural construct, that serayod. And I said in the fields of Moab. It's definite. And why is it definite? Remember from the first half of Ruth 1, this construct package up there, that if the last word is definite, then the whole construct package is definite. So Moab, although it does not have the definite article, Moab is a personal name. It's a proper noun. It's not a personal name. I'm sorry. It's a proper noun, and proper nouns are definite. And because Moab is a proper noun and it's definite, then the whole construct package is definite. So I have in the fields of Moab, and there is our bait preposition in. So let's read again. Up to here we have, and a man from Bethlehem of Judah went to journey in the fields of Moab. And then we get a repetition of he, it's our pronoun, and his wife, and his 2 sons. So it wasn't just this man, but his wife and his 2 sons also went as well. We have our conjunctive vav here. Ishto is the feminine word isha. When we add a suffix to isha, we remove the he and we put a tav in its place. That's how we know it's feminine. I like to think that the he is a weak foundation. You don't want to build anything on a weak foundation. You want to have a good, strong foundation, and the tav gives you a good, strong foundation. Think of Jesus' teachings in the New Testament. So that clues us in that this is a feminine word, that tav. We also have our 3ms suffix. It's referring to the man, his wife. And then we also have his 2 sons. Look here. What is that? That is a conjunctive vav as well. This is the only time Hebrew will begin a word with a vowel. The conjunctive vav, when it's added to a word that begins with a vocal schwa, you will get the conjunctive vav pointed like a shrik. So we have ushanei v'naiv. It's interesting, I like to think. We have the masculine plural construct ending again, so we have yet another construct package. Let me do some erasing here. So we have another construct package and his 2 sons. Here we also have the 3ms suffix, but this 3ms suffix is for plural nouns. So that's how we know that there's more than one son. We know that there's more than one son because of this word here, but also because of the plural 3ms suffix. If you look, I'll change colors here. Nope, I don't want to do that. Here we go. If we look at this 3ms suffix, it's singular. He has one wife, so you get the singular 3ms suffix, his wife. And over here on sons, it's his sons, so you get the plural 3ms suffix. So these are your suffix endings are very important. It tells you several things, one of which is how many, what's a good way of putting it? Is the noun that has the suffix, is the noun plural or singular? And these suffixes will tell you. They'll give you good clues. So let me do some erasing again. Clear this mess up. So let's read again. We have, and a man from Bethlehem of Judah went to journey in the fields of Moab, he and his wife and his 2 sons. Well, I hope that this was helpful. I hope that it's recalling to mind everything you've learned when you studied Hebrew, and I'm hoping and I'm praying that this will help you retain your Hebrew so you can read God's Word in its original language. The Hebrew is a wonderful language. I really enjoy reading it, and I'm hoping you are too. And I hope you can grow with me as this website, Lord willing, continues to grow. And blessings to you.